Hi there, I am Giuseppe Corcella from Virtual Orchestration, and today I'm going to review Crescent by Audio Brewers. First of all, I want to thank Audio Brewers for kindly sending us a copy of the library to review. Crescent is a library featuring four cellos in half circle formation. It comes with two versions, a stereo version priced 99 euros and a stereo plus Ambisonics version priced 149 euros. In this review, I'm going to cover the stereo version. It includes 31 articulations and two types of legato, slow and portamento. It requires the full version of Contact 6.2.1 or above, therefore it's not compatible with the free Contact player. I also suggest you to check out the product page and the official walkthrough to discover all the little secrets about this library, as well as the idea behind it and how it was assembled. Downloads via Pulse Downloader. The library comes with two folders, spots and stereo, which include the same articulations, but the microphones in the spot folder are placed closer to the instruments, resulting in a drier sound. As you can see, you have access to all the articulations on different patches, but in the group named Core, you will find some patches that include groups of articulations, for example, legato, short and sustains, and you can switch between the articulations using key switches. The MISC patch includes some, let's say, strings effects sounds. You basically have four windows: main, modulation, effects, and mixer. In the main window, you have four parameters: dynamics, expression, attack, and reverb. Expression is basically an additional volume assigned to CC11. When you move the mode wheel, the GUI changes, as you can see. If you click on this icon, a new panel appears, showing the articulations included in the patch. You can disable one or more of them and remove samples from the RAM, and you can also change the volume for each of them. This is particularly useful in my opinion if you use the stack option. Once you select an articulation to start with and you enable the stack option, when you click on other articulations in the same patch, you basically enable them to play at the same time. If you click on this plus button up here, you see that the new panel shows up. This is called Fresco Pad, which can be controlled via mouse or even via touchscreen. This is basically a sound design tool to create textures, and you can record up to 2 hours of motions. You can then assign the four main knobs to the X or the Y axis, and now you can record your motion all inside the library, and once you finished recording it, the next keys you press will play reproducing the same motion. I find this tool amazing because you can play everything you want with both hands without thinking about this. If your trigger is enabled each time you press a key, the motion will start from the beginning. With the loop enabled, once the recorded motion ends, it will start again. Clear clears the memory so you can record a new motion, and speed changes the motion's speed. Let me just show you how it works. The second page is called modulation, and this includes further controls for the sound. You basically have here four racks, and you can assign to all of them any of the effects from the list. The effects page displays a 5 racks engine. A reverb is preloaded by default, but you can basically customize it as you wish and create your own chain. As you can see, you have here some filters, dynamic processors, delays, four types of reverbs, including convolution reverb, and you have here a huge selection of impulse responses, for example. So you really have a lot of tools to shape the sound as you prefer. The mixer tab shows four mic channels dedicated to four mic positions. In the upper zone, you can enable disable the effects you load in the previews tab for each mic, and also mute solo one or more of them. Titan controls the offset. And now let's hear how this library sounds. Let's start with the spot. A cool thing in this library is that you have a polyphonic legato, so you can play more notes at the same time, also on the legato. And I think it's very important in this kind of library because you can take advantage of the kind of legato articulations, yet getting a kind of textural and fuller sound because you can play more notes at the same time and not just one single melodic line. And on the legato articulations, you have indeed two kinds of legato, and you can trigger them by using the velocity, meaning that if you play at softer velocities, you can trigger a portamento style, which gives more expressivity to your performance. Yes, in the mixer you have basically the four cellos, and you can see that they are penned in a semicircle. So one completely on the left, one completely on the right, and two in the mid left and in the mid right. And you can really hear the feeling of this sound is that you are very close to the instruments. The sound is very detailed. In the stereo instruments, you've got four mic positions mid, close, mid, and far. And on all of them, you have all the four cellos. And of course, you can mute solo them. There is the Titan even here. You can hear disable some effects that you might have loaded into the effects tab, and by default you have the mix enabled, which is indeed a mix of the three mic positions, but if you want you can choose to use one of more of these positions, even to create your own mix. The first thing I notice is that the sound is fuller, wider, and less detailed and harsh than the Spot one. Also, the close mic position without a reverb is really dry, and that's fantastic in my opinion. So you can choose your own convolutional reverb if you don't want to use the one included in the library, and add it without any risk of overlapping two different real ambiances together. Okay, let's go to the conclusion. I really enjoy this library, and I also like the idea of these four cellos playing in half circle in front of the main microphones. I think you can really get a full and wide sound that surrounds the listener, especially on the stereo patches. I really appreciate the spot patches too, so if you need a less wide and more detailed, rough sound, you can do your choice. Also, in the spot patches, you can mute and solo the single instruments, so if you want to use less than 4 cellos playing together, you have total control on it. The samples without reverb are quite dry, which is another good thing from my perspective. I really like the fresco pad. You have to experiment a bit with it at the beginning to see how it better works for you, but it's a very useful tool to create some more sound design oriented textures. I think this library can be easily used both as a traditional library and a more textural library, depending on what you need, and I believe it can really find application on the two worlds. I also think the price is fair for what this library offers, the number of articulations, the tools it gives you to create and shape your own sound. and the samples themselves are good. The effect of this section when playing together and with the reverb is really nice. It's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to support virtual orchestration, subscribe to the channel, join our newsletter if you wish, hit the like button and don't forget to click on the bell icon to get notified as soon as we release a new tutorial or a new review. If you are new to the world of the virtual orchestration and you wish to learn more about it, or even if you are a pro or semi-pro looking to improve your skills, we offer private online lessons about virtual orchestration, mockup programming, and how to use Dorico, Sibelius, Cubase, and Logic Pro. Get in touch at info@virtualorchestration.it. I wish you a wonderful day and see you on the next review.